see if McElwain can get it going. Will Muschamp told us right before kickoff that he was going to use McElwain as a starter and go with him as long as he could. Wanted to ride him this afternoon. Didn't want to really use a two-quarterback system, but I'll tell you what, East Carolina's got some juice on the defensive side as Williams is just drilled by Demetri McGill, a loss of 3.
It's been quiet so far for the big boy, Demetri McGill, because he's one of those guys that they expect to be a playmaker for him. He's right here in the middle of the defensive front, and watch him just really overpower Corey Helms. You see him, he's trying to reach block, big number 56, and he is a load.
Tight one going on here, Virginia Tech 2nd and 7. Dropping back, Motley pressured and sacked. At the 27, Demetri McGill.
That's what you call a coverage sack. He had plenty of time, but great coverage down the field allowed the defensive line eventually to get there. He had to hold the ball. They have timeouts to give. Probably should have thrown the ball away in that situation.
And the change at quarterback to start with Brandon McElwain.
McElwain has gone the distance. 13 to 24, 138 yards. On 3rd down and a yard and a half. I don't think he got much, if anything. Demetri McGill out of that nose tackle spot. First man to hit him, and here comes the South Carolina punt team.
They walk both linebackers up into the line of scrimmage, and then they stunt the nose tackle. And big Demetri McGill able to get in the offensive backfield again. He was able to do it earlier in the first half. That time,
watching game day this morning, they've been there for 3 days.
Oh, heck yeah. Oh, the RVs? Yeah, no doubt. Time for Finley. Now he has to scramble. Scrambled with Finley's just going to tuck it here. Makes one man miss, and he falls forward for a 4-yard gain. That's a positive play for the Wolfpack. Demetri McGill had brought the initial heat and flushed Finley out of the pocket.
Dave, a chance to get the ball back. I wouldn't be surprised to see them take a timeout if the clock is still running after this play.
Quarterback draw again to the 30. Goes Motley, tackled by McGill. Let's check in quickly to the studio.
6 days in between getting hurt last season and playing last week. He gets the ball again, and he'll get to the 10-yard line. That'll be a gain of 6. McGill on the stop.
Mark. Dave Quint, thanks very much. Hopefully Dave keeps the hobby going. This Jihad Thomas hit hard and dropped at the 25. That's no gain. And not only that play, Ray, how about going deep off the fingertips of Anderson with that first play?
Yeah, that was. I like the idea of taking the shots, but I like even more Demetri McGill and getting across the face of a Remington Watch center, Kyle Friend, and beating him to the pass and stopping that play with authority.